We thought our motorhome's air conditioning system was completely underpowered, but the real problem was hiding up in the ceiling. This simple upgrade changed the way the airflow goes from the front to the back of this coach. Hey roamers, it's Jamie back at you. Today we're going to be talking about RV air conditioning systems. And anyone who owns an RV knows how difficult it is to try and keep your RV nice and cool during the summer months. With these ducted systems, trying to keep your air evenly distributed is a real bear. Like right now when we're back here with the AC, our AC unit's up probably 15 feet away, can barely feel the air coming out. In addition to that, a lot of RVs are painted dark, and that contributes to the heat problem. And if you own a motorhome, we have the large windshield up in the front that's just letting heat just blare into the RV. So today we're going to address that problem. The way that these air conditioning systems are assembled is not very efficient. You have a ducted system here, but the problem is you have air leaking all over the place. So what I found something that's actually going to fix that problem, and it's going to make it operate more like your home air conditioning unit. Okay, so what I found was, it's called the AC Connect. It's from a company called KoolRV, and it's basically an attachment that goes up into your AC unit that attaches to your ducting system. So basically what this thing does, it attaches up in the plenum. These things here with the ducts here attach to your existing duct, which when I open it up, you're going to see how open and how easily it is for air to escape. So this kind of takes care of that, and it makes the system work a lot more efficiently. One thing I do want to note though, we have a Coleman mach system. There's two different types. There's the type that we have, which is a single that runs right down the center. So the ducting is in the front and the back. And then there's also a second type where you may have vents on either side of your AC unit, which was a dual system, and your ducting will be on the sides of your plenum. So you just want to make sure when you order that you do get the correct one. So when you order it, it's going to be shipped out in a box, and it's going to be in a package like this. There's going to be a link in there if you need to get installation instructions. That's inside the bag. The other thing is you got the AC Connect. They also give you the ducting tape. They'll give you 6 foot of ducting tape so that when you push these into your existing duct, you can tape around it so you don't have any air escaping. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is we want to take off our filter covers here. Okay, and then you're going to see you have 4 screws here for this cover, right there and right there. So we want to go ahead and remove those. All right, we just want to set this aside. And then the next thing we want to move is the chute, and that's what this is. And there's 4 screws in that as well. And then we want to set this aside, and when we reinstall it, we're not going to be putting the chute back up there. But one thing I would suggest is, if you don't like the way the system's working after you install it, you may want to save this stuff so you can make it the way it was prior to doing the install with the AC Connect. Okay, so this is your plenum here. The next thing we're going to get rid of is this divider right here. Basically what this does, it makes it so when your return air is basically going up here. So when your system's running, you're only getting return air from this one side. So once we remove that, you're going to get a return air from the whole entire plenum. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. You just want to slide that out of there. All right, so we got that out. And we set that aside. So you have a vent here and you have a vent here, and the AC Connect, the main part of the body is going to fit up in here, and then your two vent connections are going to go right here. So when they ship your AC Connect, these connections for the ducts, they need to basically be turned 90 degrees. So you just turn and spin them like that, so that way it'll connect correctly. So you just want to do both sides. And then on the single ducting system, there's a shorter side and a longer side. The shorter side you want to go over here because you don't have a lot of room. So that's where you want that to go. So the main body is going to hook up in here where your cold air is going to be coming out of. And you can tell which way it needs to go because it's longer this way than it is this way. And you can see that when you look up in here. The other thing it has a silicone gasket that goes around, and that helps. One thing it does, it helps hold it up there. It helps seal it so you don't have any air leaking out. We're going to go ahead and push this up in there first. And once you get that secured in there, it's really tight. So it's not gonna fall out or anything. And then you just want to get these ducts in place. Okay, and the reason why this one is so much longer is because this piece here, we're actually gonna take that off, and then the duct will go up and connect up here. So they have this taped up so it's no air will escape. So we just want to get that down. Okay, so we have that off. And if you want to go back, like I said with those other pieces, if you want to go back to the way it was prior to using this, you want to save this piece. Now there's two sheet metal tabs that the old ducting was hooked up to. We need to bend those back so that this will sit on there flat. So I just need to bend those back. I'm going to use my mallet here to do that. The other thing that I'm going to do is there's also a piece of metal on the top up here. I'm going to bend that back as well. And the reason I'm bending them back is because I want it to be able to sit flat, and I want to be able to get my tape to go around there. With this like that, I wouldn't be able to get tape on there and air would be escaping. And the reason I'm bending them as opposed to cutting them and just getting rid of them, if I decide to go back the way it was prior to having this in there, I want to be able to make everything back the way it was. So I'm going to go ahead and bend that back, and then we'll get this hooked in there. Okay. So now it's nice and flat. I'm going to fit that up in there. That's going to work out good. That way I can get my tape all the way around it. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is get this taped up. The other thing I'm going to do is over here we have access for some wiring, and there's a hole here, but I can feel that's an area where air can escape. So I'm going to tape that up as well so I get that all sealed up so you don't have any air leaking out. I already had a roll of this stuff from when I did the Alpha. I installed that roof AC on the Alpha, so I'm just going to use this. But like I said, they do give you 6 feet of it when they send you out the AC Connect. So I'm going to start taping up around my duct here so I get that nice and airtight. So our ducting is a little bit wider than what the AC Connect duct is. So what we want to do is we want to put tape to block that off so we don't have any air escaping. Okay, now that I got everything taped off and got that all sealed up, next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and kick the AC on, and we just want to feel around and make sure we don't have any cold air that's escaping from where these ducts are. Okay, so that feels pretty good. Just sitting here, it sounds quieter than it was before. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut it off. I'm going to put my cover back on, and then there's one more thing I want to talk to you about before we proceed to the next air conditioning unit. Okay, now that we have that all hooked up and everything, and we've checked it, we want to go ahead and put our cover back on. Like I said, we don't put the chute back on because we're not going to need that. So we're going to go ahead and get this on here and get it screwed up there. Okay, so we have that up there. Before I put my filters on and everything, one thing I do want to talk about is if you're somebody who likes to use the dump part, and what I mean dump is instead of going through your duct here, you can slide these vents open and let the air come directly down from where the AC unit is mounted. You can't do that once you put this AC Connect in there. It won't do that any longer. So if you do like doing that, then you may not want to go through this whole process and put that in there. And the other thing you want to do, which is another maintenance thing, dust and lint and stuff will get stuck in these, and that'll inhibit airflow as well. So you just want to make sure to clean these periodically so it's running really efficiently. So on either side here, this is where your intake is, and what these filters do is they basically filter everything out. So that's why they'll get dust and all kinds of stuff in them, and you just want to make sure that you keep those clean. Okay, one down, one to go. Just standing here listening to the front AC compared to the back AC, this is definitely quieter. All right, so let's go ahead and get the back one done. Basically the same exact process as what we did in the front. Now that I've done the first one, before I put my AC Connect in there, I'm going to take this duct out first. It'll make it a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and get all the ducting tape off of here, get this pulled out, get those tabs bent, and then it'll be a lot easier doing it before I put my AC Connect in there. Before we hooked up the AC Connects, the bedroom was warm. Back here was actually kind of hot when the AC units were running. Where the back AC unit is, it's a long way to get air back here. Now that we have both of those installed, in the bedroom it's a lot cooler, and back here I can feel the cool air coming in, so it's going to work out really good for us. We only recommend products we use and approve of. So if you're not satisfied with your motorhome's ducted AC system, I really think it's worth trying this upgrade from KoolRV. If you use our link, it'll take you directly to the company website, where you can actually purchase it for less than you could on Amazon. We do earn a small commission at no additional cost to you, and we really do appreciate your support. I'll put a link down in this video's description. If you're watching this video on a cell phone or a tablet, and you see that hype button, if you could click on that, it really helps out the channel. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I'd really appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends and family on social media. And if you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified each time we upload a new video. And make sure to leave a comment. That way you could be part of the conversation. Until next time, we'll see you.
That's a wrap, roamers. If these adventures and tips are keeping you inspired, subscribe and watch another one. Your next RV tip or destination is just a click away.